So what I'm going to do here is, because I know the tail is still active and wet, I'm actually just going to take some clean water and just bleed out some of these edges. So now that you know how to do the bleeding technique, just putting water outside the shape and then shimmying up and letting that just bleed out. I don't want to do that all the way around, but I do want to have some active areas where it just sort of shoots out. If it's not moving, you can just dip back into your original color and have it, you know, like if that first layer just dried up on you and the bleeding's just not happening, you can totally cheat and just go back in with some pigment and force it. I just think that's a much prettier, much more natural look. So here again, just water. I'm gonna go into my blue-gray, just bleed a bit of that tail. Again, I don't want it all the way around because that's going to be really predictable, but a little bit here and there I think is going to be really pretty. I think I'm going to do that on the shoulder here, so I'm going to wet that shoulder if birds had shoulders. Again, clearly not an ornithologist. If a bird had a shoulder, I would just wet that and just add a little bit of the darker gray and let it bleed out. I might even charge that up with a bit of that sky blue. I think that might be pretty. And that will offset some of the white. Now, if you're concerned that as the paint moves out, it's going to give you this hard water line, that is a very strong possibility. The way to avoid that is to make sure, one, you're using very clean water, and two, that you bring the water out far enough so that the paint has the option to slowly taper off and fade, and there's a seamless line. If you only wet the area that you want to bleed, the paint is going to travel and then it's going to stop right on the edge of that water where it meets the dry paper. So you have to wet beyond the area that you want to bleed. So I think that's enough bleeding. I like that look. I do have to add the opposing wing here, or should I say shoulder, and then just get a little bit of the start of that wing there. I'm not sure how dark I want this wing to be just yet. I think I'll just leave it like that for now.